Welcome back. This is a very exciting day because today we're going to reveal the number one limiting belief that gets in people's way when they're wanting to go out there and change their wealth imprint and ultimately their financial situation in life. So let's jump straight in. Before we get into number one, obviously we've got the number 3 and number 2 to go. So let's start at number 3. So the third highest limiting belief that people have around building wealth that affects their wealth imprint is simply this. If I make more money, I'm taking it from someone else. So if I make more money, I'm taking it from someone else. You know, this is a common error that people make. They believe that the pie is only so big, and so therefore if they take a bigger piece of the pie, then someone has to take a smaller piece of the pie. And this really is a scarcity mindset in action, because a scarcity mindset thinks this way. They think that the pie is a fixed dimension. And as a result of that, they are never able to get to the abundance that they desire. Because the fact is the world is abundant. So believing that the pie is fixed in its dimensions just simply is not true in any way, shape, or form. So let's have a look at how it actually works so you can have a better understanding of why this pie is not fixed. So think about this, for example. If you take a blank piece of canvas, just a blank piece of canvas, and you paint a picture on that piece of canvas, and then you go and sell that piece of canvas because you've drawn a masterpiece on it, like it's your life's work, you've created this incredible masterpiece of art, and you go and sell that in the marketplace for $1 million, then what you've actually done is you've created $1 million worth of goods for Australia. So you've actually created an increase in what's known as the GDP, the gross domestic product. So you've increased it by $1 million or more, which means you've actually technically expanded the GDP or the pie of Australia. You've taken raw materials and you have built something of value from those raw materials. So, I mean, think about it like a furniture store, for example. You get this wood, you carve it, you shape it, and you turn it into a table, and then you go and sell that table in the marketplace. Again, you have created something from nothing and increased the GDP. The pie has gotten bigger. So this is the same thing like a car manufacturer. You're getting raw goods, you put them together, and you're building a car. So as you start to create value in the marketplace and exchange that value with other human beings, you're actually making the entire country wealthier. Because you create more jobs, you create more opportunities, etc. So as you actually build more wealth, the pie gets bigger. That's the coolest thing about it. But very few people understand this concept. And as a result of that, they walk around with this scarcity mindset. So just keep that thing in mind. As you create value, everybody wins. And as you build wealth, everybody wins. So here's the new belief I want you to write down. The more money I make, the more I expand the pie for everyone. The more money I make, the more I expand the pie for everyone. Again, read that one out loud. Make sure you write it out at least 100 times sometime in the next 30 days. Then read it out loud with all the other empowering beliefs right before you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning. Number 2, let's have a look at it. I'm not smart enough to make money. I'm not smart enough to make money. Now, I'm sure people have said this before. You've heard people say it before. But look, being smart doesn't mean that you're going to make a large amount of money. You know, it's been said that if knowledge was all it took, then librarians would be the wealthiest people on the planet. So being smart and having knowledge is not actually what builds wealth. What truly builds wealth is having the right kind of mindset and then taking consistent action. So having the right kind of mindset and taking consistent action and then sprinkling over the top of that a deep commitment to learn from wealthy people, to discover what they know, then that is actually what's going to allow you to do the process. So having that idea around that is what's going to take place from that perspective. So again, having those 3 things, the right mindset, a consistent level of action, and a commitment to learning from wealthy people, then basically everybody, including you, can actually go out there and build the knowledge it takes to actually build wealth. So here's the thing. I want you to form this brand new belief, and it's simply this. I learn from the wealthiest and am becoming more wealthy each day. So the new belief is this. I learn from the wealthiest and I am becoming more wealthy each day. And that is the belief that you can start to form around the concept. Because the fact is, you can outlearn any problem. You can learn your way through any issue you face in life, and wealth is definitely one of them. Again, surrounding yourself with the right people is going to assist you in the process as well. So here it is, the last and biggest belief, number one, coming in at number one, the very top belief that people have at an unconscious level that formulates their wealth imprint is simply this. This is the one that stops people dead in their tracks without even knowing it. Are you ready? Here it is. I don't deserve to have a lot of money. I don't deserve to have a lot of money. And this really stems from a self-worth thing. There's a saying out there that says your self-worth equals your net worth. And I know a lot of people out there go through a whole range of issues around being good enough, and certainly being good enough to have money. And even though success falls at their feet, they have everything they want coming at them, they've got opportunities around them, the fact is their worthiness lets them down time and time again. I mean, there is so much abundance out there in the world, and there's even greater abundance waiting to be created, but it all comes from us giving ourselves the ability to allow ourselves to have the worthiness to actually create this abundance. The fact is, each and every one of us is worthy of deserving and really creating wealth and being valuable, because at the end of the day, Oprah said you're worthy because you were born. The fact is we were born in we're valuable. We just are a valuable individual. And deserving of having wealth is something that is part of your birthright. It's because you exist is the reason you deserve wealth. That's just the facts. Because you were born. Wayne Dyer would often say, you won the very first race you were ever in. I mean, just think about that for a second. You won the very first race you were ever in. And that should be reason enough to be worthy of wealth, because you exist. So don't let anyone tell you, or anyone including yourself, ever tell you that you are not worthy of wealth. You deserve it, and that's just the facts. But let's work on the actual imprint, and let's get clear with this belief. Now, I want you to write down this belief 3 times. That's right, 3 times. And again, I'm talking to you, the one watching this video. I want you to write down this belief 3 times. And it's simply this. I deserve to be wealthy. I value myself, and I am worthy of wealth. I deserve to be wealthy. I value myself, and I am worthy of wealth. Because here's the thing, you are deserving of this. You deserve to be wealthy. That's the fact. You really do deserve to value yourself, and you are worthy of wealth. So please get that belief down, write it down 3 times. I deserve to be wealthy, I value myself, and I'm worthy of wealth. And these 10 beliefs that we've worked through, if you continue to read through them over the next 30 days, and you continue to work on each and every one of them, in fact, you can work on them long after the 30 days. As I said, for years I've been working through this and writing out information over and over again in my little notepads and going through them in my mind, doing it at night time, doing it in the morning. And certainly for me, it had a completely life-transforming effect. I was hugely in debt, overweight, significantly depressed, going through all kinds of issues in my life. And I don't know if you Googled me on the internet or looked at some of the articles that some of the mainstream media have written about me. But the fact is, I know what it's like to go through a poverty mindset, but I also know what it's like to be able to change it. And the steps you've taken here really are some remarkable steps to progress where you want to go in life. So in the next 30 days, just keep working through each one of those 10. Allow that change to keep going through. And I really sincerely hope that they're making a difference, and obviously that they're helping you as well. So what I'd like you to do is below this video, just make some comments, put some comments down about what you're experiencing, put some comments down about the change you're working on, maybe some new empowering beliefs you found yourself, or maybe you've discovered some other beliefs as well that you might like to work through or help others as well. So comment down below this video, and let's help this community that you're a part of to really change their wealth imprint. So until we meet again, share your light, live your love, enjoy your brand new wealth imprint, and do whatever it takes to be your own best friend. Bye for now.